Ralph Anderson's children say he was the pillar of their family, a veteran father and grandfather who was just doing his job. He was cleaning the Village Saloon in Orange Park when he was shot multiple times. Now, more than 40 years later, his children want answers and to make sure he is not forgotten. A stuffed, handwritten case file at the Orange Park Police Department tells the story of the death of Ralph Anderson.
It's always in the back of your mind what actually happened and who actually did something like this.
But his children, Carolyn Berry and Willis Anderson, don't like to think about his death, rather the life he led.
He was a great provider, protector. He loved us and we knew it.
A father of 4, grandfather to 7, they say their father loved his family and especially loved music.
As we grew up in our neighborhood, all the music came from our house. All the kids and everything would come to our house to hear music.
Now the case turns 40 years old.
Yeah, I feel like it's already forgotten.
It was January 13th, 1985. Ralph Anderson owned his own cleaning business, and his wife told officers he left for work like any normal day.
She said she last saw him at around 4:15 in the morning when he left to actually go work at Village Saloon.
But when the owner arrived just after 11 a.m., he found Ralph Anderson dead on the floor in a pool of blood.
Nothing seemed to be out of place or missing. It looked like it was not a robbery that took place.
In 1985, it was the first murder in Orange Park in 3 years. Detective Gregory Swim says the first investigators believed Ralph Anderson knew his attacker. Putting the pieces of the scene together, the door was unlocked, so Ralph likely let the person in. There was no sign of a struggle, and he was shot in the back several times, with all of the shots fired coming from a .38 revolver. So police believe there was only one shooter. In a somewhat stroke of luck, Detective Swim says reports show a Clay County deputy remembered driving past the Village Saloon that same morning, around 9 or 9:30.
He noted seeing a brown truck at Village Saloon, as well as a light blue colored sedan. The brown truck belonged to the victim. As far as the light colored sedan, we do not know who that belonged to at this time.
The light blue sedan with a large CB antenna on the trunk remains a major question mark in this case. Could that have been the shooter's car? Detective Swim says investigators continued to work it for years, though eventually it went cold. Now, 4 decades later, Detective Swim says they have not given up. They are seeing if fingerprints from the scene could be reprocessed by FDLE. Still, he believes their best hope at solving this cold case will come from the community.
We'd love to get the community's help if they know anything and they've heard anything throughout the years.
And though it has been 40 years, Anderson's children say it is not too late to come forward.
We need to know what happened and why it did happen, even if it just doesn't make sense. I think it will give us some kind of, closure to know what happened.
If you know anything about the murder of Ralph Anderson, contact the Orange Park Police Department at the number on your screen. Katie Jeffries, First Coast News, on your side.